little bit of music. I don't know if that is audible, but I'm hoping it is. At least not too much. This is just me getting used to things. Okay. There we go. Having all of these stuff going is making things a little bit laggy on my drawing app. Oh, but yeah, probably just going to draw like OCs and random doodles. Oh, and the music is from Pngtuber Debut. Okay, just had to make sure that things are actually doing right what they're supposed to. Oh, but I actually don't know who I'm drawing right now, but just a little fella. Okay, that's a little. I like doing a little squiggly hair, but it is very hard to get it exactly right every time. I don't want it to look like too squiggly, but also, you know, sometimes it's not squiggly enough. Okay, no, that's not how I want the eye to look. Get the eyebrow in before I do the eye. Sometimes that gives me a better sense of where to put it. Well, I'm liking this little fella. He is coming out good. I don't know his name, but I enjoy the hymn. Ah, I just realized something. The, the thumbnail for this is all wonk. It's my old stuff. I'll have to try and figure out how to change that. Okay. I don't know how to deal with that, so hoping no one notices. Little secret issues. Yeah. Okay, back to the thing that I was doing. I do really love the Pngtuber Debut soundtrack. It is very fun. Actually, I'm considering getting that game. No, that's too fluffy. hopefully going to be doing this more often. I'm getting a little bit more comfortable with things. Okay, nope. Normally I don't have issues with the other eye like I know a lot of artists have, but right now I am. There we go. I'm going to leave it as it. Oh, but I think I'm going to give him a check and like kind of fill in a little bit more of that space. Yeah, like and kind of puff out his shoulders a little bit with that extra padding from the jacket. This guy kind of looks like the guy that would have like a little necklace. Anyway, I was thinking because the soundtrack is playing. Little guy. Let's look at the Mari guy. Actually, no, that's too much of a. I think he's like a kind of lime green, right? Like that. Maybe lower the opacity a little bit more. Okay, never mind. I don't use Krita that much. Little guy. Little baby man. We love him. I mean, there's a reason why the game is called We Love Katamari Damacy. There he is. There he is. Anyway, back to main guy here. Kind of a dusty red. Actually, no, that's too dusty of a red. There we go. I like to block in the darker parts of it before going in with the lighter color. Because otherwise I don't end up making dark enough shadows. Try to do a little bit too much shadow and then correct it with the light, which I mean is easier with digital than like say like physical paints, but you know, it depends on what medium you're working in, I guess. If you're like working with like certain kinds of paint, you can kind of put darks. You can put darks before the lights. Kind of brighten up that to an orange-ish kind of tone. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Maybe need a little bit more red still. Yeah, this is fun. Definitely, right now it's a little bit trust the process with them, but oh, I didn't realize I didn't fill in that little gap right there. shaping up. This whole part down. Wrong way. Like I said, I am not used to using Krita. This could be a little bit of there we go, kind of a shiny little so yellow was like slightly too gray. I think that's all I'm going to do for that part of the jacket. Still probably going to be fully happy with it, but you know. Okay. Hopefully everything is working out. Okay. And I know I have like 0 viewer right now, but you know, if anyone is watching like a VOD later on, they could do experiences too. Which I'm hoping this will automatically save it as the VOD. Because that would be disappointing and upsetting if it didn't. I'm going to go like kind of lighter for his hair first. Maybe I'll just color block it in. And then go in with the highlights. A little bit too big of a brush there. Once again, I don't know who I'm drawing. Just a little guy that came to me. But maybe like make the tips of his ears a little bit darker. That would be fun. He is definitely very much a Karana. Which, I know no one watching this really probably knows what I'm talking about, but I have my own little world building story, and these guys with the little ears on their side of the head, they're part of a specific species in the story, kind of a little bit like maybe a little bit of tufts. You know, that's not really a crown, I think usually that's kind of a good. Nice peach color for the skin. A little bit more saturated. Oh, I think it just needs to be. There we go. Then I'll kind of lightly go over the eyes so that they're still, sketch is still visible. It's all part of the process. He'll get his eyes back eventually, but for now they must be hidden. One is a little more saturated. Very much, this is the trust the process part of it always. The color blocking everything in and kind of hiding the sketch. To be very good to do different layers, but you know, I'm used to only doing one layer. Those are not aligned. That's probably why I was having issues earlier. Get a little bit more red with lines near the nose, just probably going to also add that little bit of more reddish hue under the eyelids. Okay, I want to get that whole fold in there still coming through, because I think that kind of became an important part of his facial design. There we go. At least looking back kind of normal. Still got a little bit more to go before he's looking back to being mostly okay, but a little bit thicker. This needs to be there. Okay. I honestly don't know how long I'm going to be doing this. But, I mean, either way, we got a new guy out of it. New guy, and also figured out how things work. I'll leave that as it is. There we go. I think I do want to try out some different brushes and stuff in Krita, because I don't use Krita that often, but so I'm just kind of using, I think this is like the default one that you get. I have drawn a couple things in Krita before, but all of them I think kind of just, I mean they're good, just not very much like, oh, this is just the default of what I kind of draw when I'm left on my own accord. With no specific idea in mind. Ooh, we can add in some of the little highlights of the eyes. I'll really start making this. There we go. Okay. That should be fine. Anyway, time to do the little fluff part. Just get the little, this collar area. I was considering making it a fluffy, but I don't know, I might just see how this like brownish. A little bit. Oh. Oops. Use. There we go. It has returned. Maybe a little bit dulled. There we go. He's looking snazzy. Now we just need to build in the details a bit more. Oh, this is my favorite of the Katamari soundtrack. Well, I do also really like Katamari on the Swing. That's also really good. And then now I build it in a little bit more with a lighter. Computer is getting low on battery. Streaming from a laptop. There we go. This is a good song. Yeah, but hopefully this is not super boring, but yeah. Oh, I think that. So, this stream is mostly just to get used to talking and kind of figure out what problems there are, but I'm planning on doing some other things. Like I have kind of a list of ideas already, and one of those is like reading streams. I know not everyone who is interested in art streams would probably also be interested in stream read streaming me reading, but specifically it would be, I'm thinking like the Odyssey by Homer, and then possibly like the Oedipus Rex, just because I've been meaning to read that anyways, and that would be a good opportunity, and it's just like public domain books that I'm needing to read anyway. I want to reread the Odyssey, even though I read it in like high school, middle school, I think. I don't remember exactly when, but yeah. But yeah, that, and also just like, I don't know, I have a couple ideas. I don't know if I want to, I don't know if I want to say all of them, just because, you know, then if I don't end up doing them, I don't want people to have expectations. But, there are like a couple, I don't really watch that many streams, or VTubers, or Pngtubers, or anything like that. There are a couple that I do like. Frederick Knudsen, definitely. I enjoyed him even before he got into VTubing. I love his Down the Rabbit Hole series, but I also have been really loving watching his streams. But also, there's also this VTuber, I forget how to pronounce their name, but it's like Karis Ufanor, something like that. And that's kind of the main inspiration for me right now. It's just like, oh, that would be fun to do. Because both of them have done, well, Frederick Knudsen does a lot more variety in things. But Karis, or I don't remember how to say his name, but calls himself like the philosophy VTuber. He'll do like reading streams where he just like reads whatever philosophy related thing he's trying to read at the time. I mean, both of them I think do multiple other things other than that, but that's specifically what I'm thinking of when I say like reading streams, not just me sitting there reading, but also like it'd be something I would kind of try to engage with other people, as you know, and obviously all either public domain or like things that wouldn't get me in trouble. I also want it to be things that I can actually sort of talk about, not just, oh, that is cool, let me continue reading, you know, sort of vibe. I want it to be like, oh, let me talk about why I'm interested in this book and all that. So that's exactly why I'm kind of interested in reading like the Odyssey, because that's something I'm already familiar with, and I know that would be something that I would love to reread, and I could really talk about. And it's also just
probably familiar for a lot of people, so it wouldn't be super like, oh, what is this? You know, people could kind of just come in whenever and be like, oh, we're reading the Odyssey, okay, you know. But for today, we're doing just art. I don't know how often I'll be doing art streams, or how often I'll be doing whatever else, or even streaming in general, but I hope to get into it more. There we go. I'm really loving this, like, little gradient on the ears I've been doing. I think it really suits him. He's, maybe he's hybrid, I don't know. Okay. There we go. You know, I'm just going to call this guy done. Move. Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. Oh, I forgot how to write these with this. Hold on. I don't use Krita enough to remember how to do literally anything. Oh, but yes, I will be hopefully doing more of these, and more, maybe engaging things. There we go. I had to look up how to deselect, because I haven't done that in a while. There we go. Maybe I'll do a little kitty. There we go, little kitty. This is very much without reference, so there we go, little guy. Got so many little guys here now. That's not what I want from him. Maybe this little guy has a collar. Kind of appropriate that this song specifically started to play. Little kitty pet. I say kitty pet, but I never actually really got into warrior cats. I do want to. I've heard it's a very good series. You know? But I have been reading the Wings of Fire series a lot. Lately. I got through the first 2 arcs. I still need to get through the 3rd arc. I also kind of barely remember arc 2 because I kind of sped through that one. I want to try to look at like stuff about, kind of relook at arc 2, at least to remember what happened, because there was a lot going on before I get to arc 3, because I know, like, there was a lot going on with, like, Darkstalker or whatever, that, the big guy, and, like, so many different things with Animus Magic. People were really like, oh, I put Animus Magic on this so that it will cancel out this Animus Magic that this other guy also made. I kind of don't fully remember. And then there was like also someone was like people pretending to be other people, or like had disguises. I don't know. It's the same issue I had with JoJo Part 5. I didn't even realize till like the 3rd time I watched the ending of Part 5 that like really even what had gone on, to the point where, like, I mean, I'm not going to say specifics because spoilers, but there was like a character I didn't even realize had died. Because there was so much going on with like body swapping and like JoJo shenanigans, but like specifically Part 5 was like confusing for me near the end. I don't do well with keeping track of like body swap episodes. When it's more than like a couple people, I kind of lose track. Or like when there's like a bunch of different magical spells and counter spells and such, like with the Wings of Fire, all the different Animus Magic things, I kind of lose track. Anyways, I was drawing Little Kitty, which I was only talk about Wings of Fire because I was talking about warrior cats. I did read I read 2 of the books. I know. I read I think it's called like I read the Into the Wild. That was I want to know. I read like the first. I know read the first book, and that's Into the Wild, but did also read, and this was way, way long ago, there's like the first book of another one of the arcs in the series, and that one was actually the first one that I read, was, it's like, I don't remember the name, but it was like 3 little kittens, and the main character was like a blind kitten. Don't remember what his deal was. Oh. Silly, my drawing tablet has been disconnected there. There we go, got it working. Let's make him like a little gray. I think if I can just build up the color. Wrong one. There we go. Kind of build up the color with the fur. There we go. Little kitty. Shout out to all my kitties out there. A silly little guy. I think after I finish up this cat, I'm going to try to end stream and then go eat, because I am hungry. There we go. Kind of built in the shape of There we go. Now we can kind of fill in this body a little bit more. I actually do have a few cats. One of them is gray. He doesn't look exactly like this though. He looks a little bit more round. There we go. There we go. And smooth out the feature. Smooth out a little bit of the features here. Looks kind of like a little bit of a bobcat. Maybe, oh, maybe he's George. He's a little bit, yeah. There we go. Blocked in the paw. And kind of pinkify the inner part of his ears. A little bit too purpley. There we go. That looks. Yeah, this definitely looks a lot more like a bobcat than a domestic cat. This is like, oh, I wonder if George kind of looks like this little baby. this little guy. He's getting snatched. Control Shift A, there we go. I figured out the way to deselect. Now, actually, let's do a actually. Going to have to look up how to draw this guy, but I'm going to try to draw the king from Pngtuber Debut. I'm in a very Pngtuber Debut mood today. King of Cosmos is his name, yes. Yeah, King of all Cosmos, that's his name. I think. Oh good lord, he is colorful. I forgot how colorful he is. Let's do like a kind of purpley outline for him for the sketch. There we go. That's totally. I'm pretty sure he's actually been in this exact pose in one of the games. I don't. I'm just looking at a picture to get the color of his headpiece right, but I know he's been in this exact pose in one of the games. There we go. There we go. a little bit silly with this one. Oh, he has like this big frill thing, yeah. Yeah, there we go. I forgot. This man is so over the top. I extend his little
See where.
Okay. Okay, I thought so. Of course he is. He's got like this big, like, it's like kind of robe like thing, but he's not wearing a shirt underneath. And just like, at least in some of the art, I think he's gone through a couple different outfits in the game. But at least in the ones that I am looking at, okay, yeah. In other games, I think he is wearing kind of just a full shirt. But no, I think it's funnier if he just, it's more in character for him to not be wearing a shirt underneath his robe. That's probably why they added that outfit to its design in other games. You know? Like, it should make sense. It's very much a handsome Squidward type character. Actually, I'm considering trying to get Katamari for the Switch when I can. I don't think I'm going to do any sort of gaming streams, but if I did, that definitely would be one. Especially since I would have to replay it if I got it for the Switch. There we go. Oh, did the music stop? Yes, it did. I didn't even realize. Having a little bit of issues with that. Okay, there we go. Just had to pick a different song. For some reason, that specific song did not want to load in. This one's much more chill. Yeah, so he has like kind of a grayish face. Looks like a Homestuck troll. Oh, that's a little bit too neat. Oh. Let's put a little bit more hue in it to really, there we go, there. Now it kind of meshes more with the rest of the, I sure do love color theory. trust the process moment. So I fill this in completely blue. But I hope it turns out. I mean, I have to trust the process just as much as you do, because I do not know if this turns out good. And anytime I fill something in, I immediately don't know. But I just have to kind of get through it. There we go. We got the king. Oh yay, we got a whole 2 viewer. Oh my gosh, so amazing. And probably one of those is me checking how much we. But yes, okay. I mean, I don't know if when you're on a stream, if it counts yourself as a viewer. So, I don't know. Maybe there is a whole 2 people. I don't really care either way. This is not for the gain. No, he's got like very kind of hot pink. I should block it in one color and add in all the rest of the details, because I know it's mostly like, yeah, it's kind of all over the place. Most of his design is all the squiggly, multicolor kaleidoscope effect, but kind of just blocking it in with one color, and then I can go in. Also, his pants are kind of maroonish, aren't they? Yeah. He's got kind of maroon. Nope. A little bit more saturated. There we go. That royal sort of raw power he has. The king is so annoying, but I love him. He's one of those characters that I would hate to be around him in real life, but I love him in the game, because he's just such a prick. There we go. His little belt. I'm trying to do a couple little There we go. Got it. Okay, I think the designs of his headpiece changes each game, because looking at different images, each one of them completely different. I'll just pick which one I like the best then. Maybe do my own thing, whatever looks cool. suppose. As long as it looks cool, that's really all that matters. You know, that's kind of the vibe I get from him. As long as he enjoys it, he'll do whatever. He doesn't care what is correct. I mean, man destroyed the cosmos. And sent his, like, 2-inch tall. I don't remember how tall Prince is, actually. He's like two sauce long. He's like 2 inches tall. Poor little boy. He is 2 inch tall, 2 sauce long in a very, very large world. And then just throwing some blue in there. Really get that kaleidoscope. Nope. Actually. It's like some orange. I'm trying to find the right. Oh, he is looking very. This looks like Easter. And then he's got a little bit more. There we go. My man, he is. Oh, he is stunning. I need to get his. I forget what these are called. They're not ascots, because ascots are the other little ruffly thing you wear on your neck. And my man wears clothes, because king. Of course he does. I think I'll do purple. I think that'll look better for the shadows. Shadows and outline, kind of. Yeah, and then I can continue to build the face. Because he's got a very, very strong face. Like I said, very much a handsome Squidward type of character. I mean, or Squilliam, I guess. He's very much like Squilliam. does have a very flamboyant style, and I do appreciate that. And then I can just use this yellow to continue with the crown. That crown is a little bit too big. Let's just back up on that. There we go. Music went out again. Oh, that's because I finished the playlist. Let's go back to Mambo Syndrome. That one's a good one. Maybe I'll make my own little custom playlist of my favorite songs. I don't know why I started doing that. There we go. I'll probably try to make my own little custom playlist of songs I like that will go long enough that won't be an issue, and we'll have all of the best songs based on my opinion of things, but you know. I mean, there we go. Oh yeah, he has facial hair. I forgot. A little bit of a Wario. Or not Wario, Waluigi. Not the Wario. A little bit of a Waluigi with, like, straight, like, and then very kissable lips, kind of. Okay, now that I'm kind of finishing up this, I think I'll probably say bye for now in a second. There we go, little me. Giving a thumbs up. Anyway, this was fun. I have gone over an hour now, and like I said, I am a little hungry, but hopefully I'll do more of these. It was fun. Now I just need to hope I can